Victoria has a target to build more social housing where it's needed most. 12 units are about to be built here in Torquay, housing people with significant mental ill health. But not everyone is happy about it, and future neighbours don't want it in their backyard. They're concerned its close proximity to a primary school and early learning centre could endanger children.
There's a undue exposure to young children who are in a stage of their development where they can't quite reason and understand what they're seeing.
I don't think there's been any community consultation that's really made us feel comfortable with the sort of resident that is going in here, even though we have sent on that information to Mine to ask them to kind of confirm and help us understand the sort of resident that might move in.
Surf Coast locals have been petitioning against the project for months, but they're limited in their ability to trigger change. Amendments to planning laws have made community housing exempt from the usual local government planning application process. This means projects can avoid community consultation and lengthy delays caused by VCAT disputes and council petitions.
It's become increasingly obvious that what I thought were very reasonable and understandable concerns have been completely dismissed and ignored, and basically at every point along the line of consultation I've been informed that it's already done. It's too far gone, the commitment's been made.
The state government says the new legislation is meant to speed up projects by preventing objections based on the physical, mental or social characteristics of the potential residents. Advocates say it will help projects like this avoid delays that cost money and sometimes even lives.
It was a bit of a struggle, a battle. Eventually we got through, but again, it wasted a lot of time. In this kind of field, you know, people are out there waiting. Some have died on the waiting list while we've been trying to build this place.
This rehabilitation centre in Mount Dunedin is a chance for a better life for women with alcohol and drug addiction. It was meant to open years ago, but was held up by red tape and VCAT disputes launched by neighbours, despite being located on the outskirts of Geelong. It's left women like Marianne waiting for their chance to hit the reset button.
I was just really relieved that I can sit down in this safe place and find some peace within myself, forgive myself for a lot of, for many years.
Experts say community opposition is largely fuelled by stigma and a lack of knowledge around what these projects involve, despite largely being labelled as NIMBYs, or people who say not in my backyard. Experts advise against stereotyping these groups of people.
They do have genuine concerns, but really their concerns are misplaced or misinformed, and so rather than sort of stigmatise that group for their views, we need to work with them to educate and inform and demonstrate the value and the positive benefits of having community housing.
But for people moving into residences like Haven, hearing their neighbours categorise them as nuisances can be both upsetting and harmful.
I think there's a lot of misconception about people with mental health concerns being, a bit disruptive or, problematic.
Sam moved into a Haven residence in Pakenham last year, feeling excited and grateful for the opportunity to live independently, despite having severe depression and anxiety. That was until he joined a Facebook community page.
A lot of people were worried that this would devalue their land, that there would be issues with the people moving in here, that there would be parking issues. It did make me a bit hesitant about when I move in, is there going to be issues from the existing neighbours?
We don't have residents that pose a risk to local communities. We are generally offering safe and supported housing to people who've often lived in very vulnerable circumstances.
Victoria's big housing build committed $5.3 billion to construct 12,000 new homes across metropolitan and regional Victoria. The Victorian Auditor-General found Homes Victoria is on track to deliver 80% of these homes on time by 2027. with the rest 3 years behind schedule. It also found the government was not on track to meet its target of 2,000 homes for people living with mental illness.
Every delay, every project that doesn't go forward or is held up is harming our ability to solve these problems.
Communities opposing these projects are often also concerned about the effects they'll have on property values and crime. But advocates say these claims simply don't stack up.
The research shows that providing new community housing, new social housing, doesn't harm property values, doesn't create new crime waves or any of the sort of stigmas that get aired in some places, but in fact are generally very good neighbours.